Section 15 on the website is tools and tips. And as I go through and do things in each one of the videos, I show you the tools and how to use them. But there are a few that are worth mentioning here. I'm definitely not going to go through everything. In my videos, you'll see that I used a table saw. It was a Cobalt table saw from Lowe's. It was excellent. It worked very well. But I will tell you that I did have one or two close calls. And one of them was close enough that I took a little piece of my knuckle off right here. And I was quite scared. And it happened in an instant. And even today, I couldn't tell you how in the world the back of my hand touched the blade of that table saw. So I highly recommend that if you're going to use a table saw and you're going to buy a table saw, buy a saw stop table saw. I now have a saw stop table saw that I use. That blade on the saw stop, if it touches flesh, it instantly will drop below and it'll save your fingers. It's definitely worth the money. They're expensive. It was very difficult for me to spend the money. But I know as I get older, I'm going to be more careless and absent-minded than I already am now, if that's even possible. Doesn't matter on your age or how good you think you are, you can make a mistake just once, and it can be a life-changing event. So I highly recommend you pick up one of the saw stop saws. I'll put in this video the one that I purchased, and it's been great. And it's definitely been much better than the Cobalt saw, easier to use, and much more precise. So that's my recommendation on the saw. Another thing that you're going to want to get that's really inexpensive is a drill gauge, so that when you have some of these drills lying around and you can no longer see what size they are, you can easily just take and put it in this drill gauge and find out exactly what size it is. And get a stainless steel one, because the doggone thing will pretty much last forever. Then, since I got the drill in my hand, the next thing is you're going to need drill stops. But here's where there's a problem. All right, this is a size that I would drill in the van to put in one of the 80-20 riv nuts. And I've been using it throughout the entire van build. But this drill stop is just held in with a little set screw right here. And it would be really easy for that to loosen as I'm drilling and slide down. And if it happened while I was drilling, I would push right through and probably smack the outside of the van and put a dent in. And I don't want that to happen. So to stop that from happening, cut yourself a piece of PEX, or if you don't have PEX yet, if you're not doing your plumbing, find a little piece of tube of metal of some sort. All right, and then that's going to slide down, and it's going to make it virtually impossible for that drill stop. So now there's no way that that's going to slide down. If it does for some reason get a little loose, it's going to push right up against that PEX, and it's going to stop you from slipping and going all the way through and popping a hole or dent in the side of your van. That's something I always worried about, and thankfully it never happened. Another thing you're going to need is you're going to need some hole saws, and you need to get some really good ones. These are the Hole Dozer by Milwaukee, and this is a really great set. But I will tell you that it doesn't matter what set you get. You're going to try to buy the set that you need, but you're not going to buy a really huge set because they get really expensive. It doesn't matter what you do, you're always going to need one or two sizes that don't happen to be in that set. This is a really nice set. It locks into place, works really well, and when you need to remove that piece that gets stuck in here, it's got a nice set of holes here that you can pry that out. So I highly recommend these. But be aware, doesn't matter what set you get, there's going to be 1 or 2 hole sizes where you're going to have to buy that one little piece all by itself. And I've even put with Sharpie the sizes on some of these because some of them are hard to see. And those, I think, are the ones I had to buy individually because they don't fit into the little box of the one big set that I purchased. Another tool you're going to need is something to crimp the lugs. And for that, so you're going to need a hammer crimper. You can spend a lot of money and get a hydraulic crimper. But if you're only building 1 van or 2 vans, or maybe even 3 or 4 vans, this hammer crimper is all you need. It's low cost, it works really well, and when you use the hammer and get your aggression out on this, that's not too bad either. You don't need an expensive hydraulic crimping set. This works fine. And I haven't had any problems with this. I have seen a video on YouTube where a gentleman used 3 or 4 different ways of crimping the wires, and then he cut them all open, and they were all pretty much identical, right? They all provided a good enough crimp, basically almost welding that stranded wire together. So I really don't think you need to spend any more money on getting a complicated hydraulic crimping system when you can use an old-fashioned hammer crimper. You're also going to need a PEX crimper and a riv nut tool. This riv nut tool goes on the drill. It's easy to use, and it also will fit in an area where this handle might not fit. And that happened to me when I was trying to put in riv nuts underneath the van. I didn't have this distance because the van was lower to the ground. And of course, I didn't want to jack it up. So those are some of the simple tools you're going to need. I hope this video has helped you out a little bit. If it has, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hopefully you'll watch my next video. Thank you for watching.
I wanna find freedom faster before the daylight turns to gray. I wanna find freedom faster and spend it all on today. It's not a race to the finish line, it's just the comfort of your hand in mine. Yeah, we're gonna find freedom faster.